of smiles and laughter all about. Christmas come and Christmas trees are blown. And children dreaming of gifts without a doubt. Christmas come and Christmas trees are blown. Christmas feeling seeping through jam down. Christmas come and Christmas Jamaican Santa with poinsettia all around. Christmas come and Christmas trees are blown. We no have mistletoe, we no have no snow or ice.
Hey folks, good morning and welcome to Smile Jamaica. It's morning time. It is December 4, start of the week, and great to have you with us this morning. We welcome our friends on onespotmedia.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Smile Jam TVJ, and also on televisionjamaica.com. I want to say good morning to our colleague Ian Boyne. You know, he's not doing very well right now, and we pray that all will be well. So, Mr. Boyne, I hope I will see you pretty soon, sir. And also, this one is a hot topic, but I'll mention it up front that we lost a good friend to Jamaica, and my colleague's uncle, Lowell Hawthorne, who it is reported took his life on the weekend. Really, really sorry to the family. It is a hot topic, and we will talk about it later on. He's done so much for Jamaicans in the diaspora, was an outstanding Jamaican, and had a huge, how should I say it? Well, a lot of Jamaicans worked in the United States because of Mr. Hawthorne. He had franchises all over the United States, and we'll be specific, or more specific a little later on, but to his family, and especially Simone's mom, her brother, and her uncle, I pray that you'll be all right, my friend. I know it's tough, and great to see you this morning. I know it's tough. All right, so now but I ask you how you do. But how was Saturday, by the way? How was the Diamond Mile? Let me see if I could distract you a bit.
The Diamond Mile went well. Thank you, my friend.
Everything.
It was a good staging. Everything that was planned came off well, and I think the BJC should be proud. The team from SVA should be proud.
And there was no surprise. She's a manita.
Well, you know what, Nev? When we were watching that race, we didn't really know what was going to happen initially, because for a while...
behind, yeah.
And then out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And she didn't just win, she kind of just...
Yeah, man, she done it.
Box for everybody.
Yeah,
so,
she's a manita. That went down on Saturday. So, yeah, and congrats to Rossies, who won the DaCosta Cup. Many-time champions. But first time for Coach Vassar Reynolds, who left Wolmer's and went to Hanover and won in his very first year. Congrats, sir. Congrats to Jamaica College. Miguel Coley, 5 in a row.
Oh, wow.
That is not easy, even if you have the greatest team in life, to win 5 in a row. So congrats, Miguel, and congrats, Jamaica College. So only one more game left in high school football, and that's the Olivia Shield that pits the rural champion against the urban champion. So it will be Jamaica College against Rossies. I think last time Rossies won... Well, last time they won the Costa Cup was back in 2011, and the only Olivia Shield I've lost, I was beat by Rossies. So, congrats, my friend Diggy.
how long ago was it?
That was in 1992, my first Manning Cup title. We were unbeaten until we went to Rossies. And Stets, they were unbeaten, went to Rossies, Rossies beat them, and then I got on and my friend Diggy beat me. I don't know why. We haven't been good friends since then. But congrats again to Rossies and Jamaica College, and good luck. Great schoolboy season. Some people have issues with how many games the youngsters are playing, and the medical people are getting involved, and certainly hope that eventually we will get it right, if it's not right yet. But again, good work to those teams. All right, so we're going to soldier through this morning. Let me tell you what's up. It's the first Monday of December, and before you know it, Christmas will be here. Well, Christmas is here, and joy will be spread all around, so you can start sending your gifts to moi.
Correct. Cash preferred, right?
Yeah.
But unfortunately, folks, I can only wish for a little joy, and hopefully we can help spread some cheer. We've got wish list letters that we're going to start reading today and for the next few weeks. Thousands of smiles over the years, and we're hoping you can help us this morning to spread some more.
Yeah, man, and one family is certainly smiling after their baby was saved by the medical team from Victoria Jubilee.
All right, and it's a jubilant season, so you know our friends from Supreme Ventures are going to have us boiling for the holidays. What will you do with your winnings? Shopping spree, maybe? I don't know. We'll tell you more about that promotion coming
So like
up.
how you work, you can give me the insight on the numbers.
If I did work there and had an insight on the numbers,
You wouldn't be
you
working
think?
here.
Okay. I don't mean that to your boss. Just a joke.
Oh, she
Mrs.
mean it,
Youngster,
yeah,
I
man.
don't.
Oh, that
She don't know
purple is
better.
out. You look brilliant this morning,
Oh,
by the way,
thank
as
you very
normally
much,
do.
sir.
But before you go shopping, well, the folks from the Consumer Affairs Commission, they have a few safety tips to throw in the mix, which
Yes,
is hugely
very
important, by the
Yes,
way.
yes, yes. And throwing away your garbage. The NSWMA will tell us what's happening with that for the season.
Yeah, but before they tell us anything, we
Yeah.
have some hot topics.
Let's do it. All right. So we say congratulations to the RJR Gleaner Communications Group, who dominated the 2017 PAJ Awards, Press Association of Jamaica Awards, on Saturday night. Journalist of the Year there on your screen, Andrea Chisholm, while the Gleaners' Cyrano Baines was declared Young Journalist of the Year. The Chief Judge reports that there was a 50% increase in the number of entries in 22 categories, up from 143 entries in 23 categories last year. Lev, you have a list of some of the...
Yeah, boy, it's Gleaner, Carl Winter Award for Human Interest Feature Story, Corey Robinson and Andrew Chisholm, Gleaner, TVJ. Best Radio Feature Documentary, Natalie Campbell from Irie. Best Feature TV Documentary, Vashan Brown tied with Brian Walker from CVM. Wow, lots of TVJ and Gleaner. Incredible.
I think Gleaner made a clean sweep in all the photography sections
brilliant
as
stuff.
well. So, Janella Precious, excellence in reporting on the environment. Gordon Robinson, good morning to you, sir, who won the Maurice Cargill Awards for Opinion Journalism. Giovanni Dennis was a bright star at the awards as well. UNICEF Award
He
for
got a
reporting on children's rights and more. I can't
Yeah,
I
he
don't
got a
remember the
couple of
rest
them.
are. Hector Bernard Theodore Celia Award for News. Kalila Reynolds from Nationwide, Carlton Alexander Award for Business. Congratulations to everybody.
man.
You guys did
Yeah,
a good job. Christopher Surgeon in there as well, always.
And I think a
excellence in
few
reporting
years
on
ago, Andrew
agriculture.
Chisholm had also won the Young Journalist of the Year, and I think
She's
not too many have
blazing a
done
very
that.
serious trail.
Yeah, she's
Good
done
for you.
really, really well. What's next?
The government says it's going to introduce a law to regulate sugar content in food. Didn't we just read that the other day with one other
Yeah.
Caribbean island? I don't remember if it was St. Lucia. Not sure, but he says, the Prime Minister that is, Andrew Holness, says the next step in the Jamaica Moves campaign is to take legislation to Parliament to regulate the sugar content in food products. He was speaking at an event in Maypen, Clarendon last week. But he said first Jamaicans would have to be educated about the ill effects of some of the foods they consume daily. I know that there are some ads running on the radio now about what you drink for breakfast, how much soda you're drinking and how much sugar is in it, and urging to drink water instead. All of this, of course, to combat non-communicable diseases, which sugar can help to create diabetes, stroke, hypertension.
Well, so the sugar thing makes you proper.
Yeah, which is why you've been on a mission to
may
cut it
ease
out.
off.
Yeah.
I ease off. I still don't ease off as much as I should, but I'm not doing as much as I did, which is good news.
Okay.
Now we go back to this very sad story. Mr. Hawthorne founded a restaurant franchise chain with 120 locations in 9 states. Just 57 years old, with 4 kids. And again, he owns 17 restaurants in the Big Apple. And I just got a text from one of my friends who said that his cousin worked at every single one in Brooklyn. He gave him his start. And very, very sad when we heard that he was gone. Wow. Again, just want to say condolences to his family and, of course, to my good friend beside me.
It's just so, it's very surreal to, yesterday I went into the supermarket and I picked up the papers and I looked at the front page and it just doesn't, none of it makes any sense. None of it makes any sense to any of us. It's just it's hard. it's hard, but lots of people have been very supportive. And those are the folks who are concerned. They just know that the family is holding tight. We don't really have any choice at this point. But you know what? Sometimes you look and people are going through things and you don't know. I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say.
You don't need to say anything.
I don't know what to say.
All right. The final one this morning, folks, Mr. Brian Ross, a reporter from ABC News. Now, he's been suspended for 4 weeks without pay. Apparently, he's been suspended for incorrectly reporting that Michael T. Flynn, the former national security advisor, would testify that President Trump had directed him to make contact with Russian officials while Mr. Trump was still a candidate. Apparently, that wasn't true. But now Mr. Flynn, for want of a better word, has turned, and he's now working with a special investigator, and he says he will testify against well, I don't know if he'll testify against Mr. Trump per se, but the whole fact that the word collusion came up so often, that there was collusion between the Trump campaign people and Russia. Mr. Trump keeps denying it, and I think this is going to be very interesting. Mr. Jared Kushner, his name has been called also, so that's going to be very interesting, and we wait to see what's going on. President Trump was scheduled to visit the United Kingdom in February, but after his recent Twitter post of Muslim migrants beating up a Dutch boy in crutches, a second repost was captioned by Mr. Trump: Muslim destroys statue of Virgin Mary, while a third read: Islamist mob pushes teenage boy off roof and beats him to death. The UK Parliament has had enough and is calling for a ban on the United States president visiting their country. Let's look at this.
Racists who will stir up hatred in this country will not be allowed in this country, and if they come to this country, they'll be arrested. You cannot stand up to horrible racism or pretend to do so and invite the man in through the front door.
Action is needed now, not a slap on the wrist. Cancel the state visit.
Secretary.
The fact that the 45th president chose to retweet material from Britain First is not just offensive to British people of Muslim heritage, it is offensive to all decent British people.
He has disgraced himself again and again, and he worries us because his impulsive finger is on the nuclear button. If he's allowed to come to this country now, he should be treated as anyone else who breaks the law and charged with inciting racial hatred. The government should withdraw the invitation.
Right-wing extremism of the sort we have seen retweeted is just as hateful, just as dangerous as any sort of radical Islamist type.
Isn't it irony that the President of the United States, who loves Twitter and talks about fake news, actually retweeted fake news?
This is the President of the United States sharing with millions inflammatory and divisive content. By sharing it, he is either a racist, incompetent, or unthinking, or all three.
Oh, well, I think it is.
Oh my God.
Clear to see that they don't like him too much, do
No,
they?
and the Brits don't hold back, you know, ever, never.
And he's supposed to go in February, so let's see what will happen. But if you listen to the Parliament, he won't get on that plane even close to anywhere in the United Kingdom. All right, time for some birthdays. This is my good friend, I call her famous, Rashima Kelly, assistant brand manager at Red Stripe. Her birthday was yesterday.
You call her what, you said?
Famous. I say she's the most famous assistant brand manager in life. There she is. That was her birthday was yesterday. I hope you had an absolutely great day, my friend, and I wish you so many, many, many more. All right, and today, outstanding goalkeeper Robbie Scott. Everyone know him could have get so old that him retire now. Robbie, who won Manning Cup back in the 90s and kept for Tivoli Gardens for many, many years. So I'm crying because he retired. Poor thing, but he's my good friend. Brilliant goalkeeper, absolutely brilliant. Probably the best I've seen in a long time. Robbie, I hope you have a great day today. His name is Edson Scott. I don't know why they call him Robbie, but everybody knows him as Robbie. So have a great day, my friend. And Rashima, I hope you had a great day today. Ready? All right, happy birthday, folks. Have a great day today.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
people.